Welcome folks! Today, it's not a regular Vanguard EX Let's Play episode, but I'm going to show you what the buttons do in Vanguard EX for the sake of navigation and, getting around the game. So when you load into the main menu, this is what you'll see. Story mode, fight mode. I mean, these things load up in English, so at least there it's fine to, follow it. For doing online fights and stuff, you have to go to the fight option, so keep that in mind. Like when you go in here, you'll see a bunch of different stuff. So local fights are basically when you use two different switches or play against your friends. Free fight is against CPUs, and then fighter log is basically just your kind of like data of your online fights that you've had so far. But then I think what you guys are most curious about is stuff about, well, navigating the actual like menus and stuff. So let me just show you some stuff that you should know. Let's just go into card shop. I guess let's go deck edit first. I think that's the most important one. So when you go into deck edit, you select one of your slots to build a deck. And then once you do this, there's quite a few things in here, but the most important thing you need to know is that the first one is deck editing, and this one is to change the sleeves. This is like deck copy, but you usually won't be touching the other ones, so don't worry too much. You're mostly going to be using this one. And then here, when you're starting your deck list, you have to click basically with your thumbstick, this one, the left one. I mean, it doesn't show as left here, but you have to buy the left one, press the left one to set it as the first Vanguard. So you might get an error message there otherwise. And then basically other stuff is just, let's see, to put cards in, you basically have to press A. So let's say if I want to put this draw trigger in, I press A and it's in. If I want to take it out, I press Y. So that's how that works. Then, oh no, sorry, actually it's the right one that you have to press. See? Now the FV changes. So yeah, that's how you set it. Then, you'll see that on the top right, there's a storage, like view selection thing. So here I'll show you. Right now you see like all the cards that I own, right? But then if I do this, it should, or maybe not anymore, but actually no, it should. If we go all the way up to grade 3s, here I'll show you. Now it shows even cards that I don't own when you press R, so it shows all the cards of the clan. But if you press L, it just shows the cards that you own yourself, so it's a bit of a faster way to view it. Then ZR will let you categorize. So the categories are as follows. There's grade, so you can filter by grade, by triggers, by rarity, and then by pack. And then when you're browsing your collection, you can also categorize by clan, which makes it a bit faster. ZL basically lets you enter the cards, but you have to do this in Japanese, so I don't think that's very useful for the sake of this tutorial. Apart from that, what else can I tell you? Pressing X will let you read the card. Like when you hover over a card, you can read it and see its art and stuff like this. If you want to like get close with your phone and Google Translate the text, you can do that. Then to craft, you'll see here, there's basically a X button there next to the 200 CP. So CP is the crafting currency in this game, so you basically have to pay 200 CP to craft a double rare. If you want to craft a rare, let's find a rare. What's a rare? This is a rare. This would normally cost you, I mean this is a trial deck card, so it won't show. Okay, let me just go through my collection. So double rares are 200, then commons are only, let's see. This isn't a very good example because I already own the majority of these cards, so let's go look for something I don't own. But essentially, commons are 10 BP, or CP rather. Rares, I believe, are 50. And then stuff like triple rares will be 500. And then, yeah, origin rares are 800. And then we still have the VR. I can show you right here. It's 1000 CP. So you get CP by actually getting duplicates of cards. So when you have a playset of a card and then you get the 5th copy, it turns into CP for that given rarity. So if it's a, like, you'll get more CP if it's a rare or double rare than if it's a common, basically. So that's important to know. So basically you click on the card with X and then you press X again to craft the card if you need it. So that's the important part. Yeah, so that's it mostly for the deck editing. Then, let's see, another important thing to note is that there's autosave in this game, so there's no actual saving. So when you see that little like easier running on the bottom, that's the autosave. So, that's it. Then, Another thing to note is that each of the different... There's 3 shops in the game. There's Travelers, the game original one, Voyage, and Card Capital. And they have some things that are different in the sense that they have different these collection of clan packs. So for example, here you'll see it's only the clans that are from Q4 that are here, basically. So yeah, but the other sets, like, you know, Raging Tactics, Glorious Justice, like all the stuff that's been released normally is all in here otherwise. But if you want, for example, other stuff, you'll have to go to... Let me show you. Like one of the other shops. So let's go to Travelers. You also can't disenchant cards. So instead of by not being able to disenchant, instead you get this like extra thing, you know, with the CP. So yeah, so here you'll see completely different clans for the building here. So yeah, and here you can also filter by whatever clan. So if I select DP, it just shows these 2 sets here. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Then you can buy trial decks. The game gives you the regular trial decks plus fake trial decks for all the other clans. Some of them are terrible, whereas some of them are much better, like the Neo Nectar one actually is very good. So, you know, stuff like that. Then you can buy sleeves in the card shop too. Each shop will have different sleeves as well to represent the clans that they support. So for example, here you won't find the Q4 ones, but yeah. So yeah. Oh, this is actually my DLC sleeves, like that I paid for, so I can just pick them up from the shop like that. So yeah. And then you have a few playmats in this game too. They all look very good. But they're pretty expensive. They're 3,000 VP. So yeah, this one looks the coolest in my opinion. So yeah, that's more or less it, I think, for this. There's other stuff that you can do in fights, so let's just get into or rather, I will put some footage over this now to show you what the buttons in the fights do and whatnot, so that you can actually see how things work. Alright, so when you enter fights, you choose which deck you're going to use, and by pressing Y you choose which EX gift you're going to use. I haven't unlocked all of them, but once I do, I'll make a video talking about all of them. So yeah. Yeah, but for now, you can also press X to view your deck, what it looks like so far. So that's also pretty nice. Oh, I didn't add in my Rising Phoenix, the last one, yet. So yeah, we just select this one. But yeah, it's gonna be very short into the stream. And rock, paper, scissors. Gonna be going second. This is actually a nice hand. It's actually very nice, I'll keep it. So normally you would click with A and then just press Y to confirm. Always in this game, press Y on your controller to confirm things. So, I'll show you exactly what I mean. And so, writing is pretty easy, just press A on the card, and then for abilities just press A. Stuff like that. Nice! Getting some good draws. To get to the next phase, it's ZR, so this button. So, and then just double tap A basically to select the attacking unit and then the target. And then the boost as well, if there is a boost. So yeah. So now with guarding, basically when you would guard, if you do, you basically like select cards with A and then you press Y to say, okay, that's enough. Otherwise, if you want to say no guard, just press Y. It'll ask you, are you sure you'll take it? And then you say yes. He gets the draw. Oh, that was one of our Detonics. So we'll skip, but other stuff, just to note, when you hover over your Vanguard, you can press R to view the soul. Same with the drop zone, I believe, when you hover over it. Otherwise, if you want to zoom in on a card, you press X. Same with like face down damage too. So yeah, and to end phase, always just press ZR. Oh yeah, that's one thing I should have said. You can press the start button, and then you'll have a final turn option here. You can only call this in the very start of the turn that you start. So you have to do it that time, otherwise it gets grayed out. So yeah, then this is like cut-in scenes, this is attack effects, character voices, rumble, and then OK confirm, and then this last one is surrender, so, you know, keep that one for when you actually want to scoop. Alright, we won that one. Unless he heals, which he doesn't, so easy. Very cool, very cool. Alright, there's just a couple things that I forgot to mention so far in this kind of tutorial of how to navigate the game. One thing is Fighter's Note. There's quite a few interesting things in here that we should take note of. One of them is that you can change your fighter. This is for online play, so when you fight against other people online, you can change which character you appear as, so it'll be from anyone that you unlock throughout the game by encountering them. So that's that. You can change your nickname. I've set mine to DF Sensei, so it's pretty easy to do that. Then here you can change your message. This ranges from random stuff like catchphrases that the characters say to just like good evening, hello. They're all in Japanese, so you know, you do that as you will. I'm not gonna, there's a lot of them, really. I can show you, there's so many, like, whew. So yeah, just select them at will. A lot of them are catchphrases though, so keep that in mind. Degree change is like, you get achievements throughout the game. Like this one is Premium Writer. It's by writing these like, the foil cards basically. Grade 3 foil cards 3 or more times, I think. So and then you have like Shop Taikai, Shop Tournament Winner and stuff like that. And then here you can also change your playmat, which is also very important. So that's just something to note. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. So that's what you do in the fighter's note. I think it's pretty important to note that. Alright, now I'll just quickly show you a couple things with packs. One thing I didn't really talk about is where you get that, like, the duplicate currency from. Well, I guess that spoils it, but the crafting currency. You get it from when you have more than 4 of a certain card. So let me show you exactly what I mean by opening a few packs. I'll always show you a faster way to open packs in case you haven't caught on yet. But so when you click on a pack, you can press the X button to do what's called just buy altogether. So here you see it takes the maximum that you can buy from your current currency out of this set. So we get 3 packs for our 1,400. And so we're going to open them, and then you'll see exactly what I mean with the duplicate currency. So here, we'll just open it. We got a Tonics. Alright, so we'll get a few duplicates here and there, and then one more pack. Another Origin Rare Death Scythe, I think that's my 3rd one. Alright, so that was pretty good. So here you see that we have a few cards that are over 1, over 2, and stuff like that. So basically what over is just when you have more than 4 of that card. And so when you do, instead of getting that card, you get the converted CP currency. So here you see we get 150 CP for the double rare, 60 CP for the rare, 5 CP for just the common. So that's usually how it scales. It seems like you get... And then it actually stacks, so 1 rare actually gives you 30, so because it's over 2, you get 60 there. So yeah, so stuff like that. That's basically how it works. I haven't had a duplicate VR yet, but I can see that double rare, to craft them costs 200 CP, so I guess you get like 75% of it. So yeah, but I guess but for commons to craft them is 10, so that's 50%, so we'll see how it scales with triple rares and VRs, but that's basically how it is. So here if like, you know, you can see actually what's also inside here. When you click on the pack and you press X, you can see like if you have like how many copies of each card. So you see here, I only have 3 Detonics Drill, then like 3 of the triple rare Death Scythe, and then, you know, I have playsets of the Drop PG, stuff like that. So it shows you what you have from a set, and you can scroll through it just like that to see exactly what you have, what you're missing, so you can work on your collection like that. And then actually, from the shop, you can also just press plus and go immediately into deck edit. So we can put in, for example, our brand new Origin Rare Death Scythe that we just got. So our 3rd copy. Those Origin Rares really come fast, don't they? Oh, we actually have 4, wow. So I can actually play the whole playset, wow, that's pretty crazy. Got 4 Origin Rare Death Scythe before I actually got my VR playsets, or my 4th Zuitan. So yeah, so here actually I can make this 4th Zuitan though, so we can just press X here to craft him, and that's how it works. So we gained the CP here, and now we converted it into a card. It's just as easy as that, so very, very nice. So let's just do that. I guess not, I should probably take this guy out instead. This is still good enough until we get the remaining, well, 3 VRs. But anyway, that is it for this video to guide you through the navigation of Vanguard EX. It's quite simple. Obviously, if you know Japanese, it is much easier. You don't have any like questions in that case, but if you do, you can leave them in the comments of this video. But please watch the video carefully. Don't ask questions that I answer. That's the only thing I ask you to do. I feel like I explained more or less everything, but if there are some things that are unclear that I did not mention, then please feel free to raise them, and I'll do my best to answer them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.